Do not start an Amazon FBA business until you have seen what not to do as a new Amazon FBA seller. Now, there are things that I personally want to caution you about, especially when it comes to these Amazon experts and what they are sharing online. Sure, you can make a quick buck selling what is already selling and not have to do anything with that product. But what these pros, these experts, these gurus are not telling you that it is simply not sustainable anymore. Most of the time, they are going to leave you trying to figure everything out all by yourself. After 6 years of running my Amazon FBA businesses and brands, personally have been through probably every roadblock that you can imagine as a seller. The ups and downs of entrepreneurship are crazy. And the gurus will probably tell you that Amazon is this easy ride, but I can say in confidence that it is not. There is honestly too much copy and paste, overused advice that I can say again in confidence does not work on Amazon in 2024. Anyways, in this video, what I want to do is cut through all of that noise and really tell you what all of these so-called experts are not. So before you start an Amazon FBA brand in 2024, you need to watch this video. First thing that I need to bring to your attention is that Amazon FBA, especially in 2024, is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's definitely not something that will get you this overnight success either. On Amazon, it takes a minimum of 3 to 6 months in order for you to be profitable. Now, I don't know if that's fast or slow for you. I do know that it is faster than a lot of other business models out there, but I want to bring to your attention that it is highly dependent on the product that you sell, let alone the products and the brand that you build. And more importantly, the right strategy that you implement in order to promote your products and get them in front of your customers. Now, some people will say all you have to do is find an everyday product that has high demand and low reviews. Maybe a spatula as an example. And that's exactly what I heard when I first launched my first product on Amazon. This is easily one of the most outdated tips that any Amazon guru can give you. Secondly, while there are people that are getting results, that are making 5, 6, even 7 figures per month, let alone per year on Amazon, it doesn't happen overnight. And lastly, although Amazon FBA is probably one of the easier business models to get started with, if you don't know what you're doing, you will lose a lot of money. Now, with my first product, I made stupid mistakes, beginner mistakes, because I simply didn't know what I was doing. And in that process, I lost over $8,000 in opportunity costs. Now, you can't just sell any product online. It's simple as that. Now, that may have worked back between 2016 and 2018, but now in 2024, the days where you could virtually launch anything and make a quick profit are gone. There are loads of products being sold on Amazon right now. And the only way for you to stand out is to truly have something unique. A product that solves an additional need, that solves a customer pain point. And that is the way that you become profitable in today's market. Now, by no means do I think that it's bad. I actually think, in my opinion, it's great for Amazon sellers. So hear me out. Since this Amazon boom, they have steadily been growing year to year, month to month. Quite frankly, they're changing the way online shopping is and how it can be done in a fast manner. In 2023 alone, they made $574.8 billion in revenue. And year by year, they have grown 12%, which is the record to date. And one of the reasons why I personally love selling on Amazon is because they're extremely innovative. They see opportunity and they take advantage of it, making people like myself, sellers that are leveraging Amazon to make money. With this new AI wave, they recently announced a ton of innovations that they are going to be implementing to not only help me, but also customers, which in turn helps me. Amazon is always evolving and they're always changing the name of the game. So people like myself, we transparently need to stay on our toes to stay up to date with this information. And that's what the gurus are not doing. Amazon is no longer a marketplace where you can sell everyday stuff. Speaking of which, another misconception that I need to clear up is that Amazon FBA is not passive income. And this is where I see a lot of people, or in other words, a lot of gurus mislabeling it. I personally like to call it semi-passive at most. Because yes, it's true that you can make money while you sleep. And Amazon FBA is going to realistically automate 100% of your logistics for you. But it is not 100% hands-off. Plus, in my experience, the more products, let alone the brands that you launch, it is going to require more and more attention from you. But the more effort that you put in, the more that you're going to get out of it. And that's the beautiful thing about Amazon. Now, you have to do the initial legwork in order to find your product, source that product, set up your store and your listing to be optimized for Amazon's search engine, and then create the campaign so that you can actually get in front of customers. So at first, it takes more time and effort, but I can say that it is more passive than most of the other e-commerce models out there, like dropshipping. But once it's set up, all you need to do at that point is manage your product, reorder inventory, optimize your listing as new keywords come up, and really just maintain the health of your account and your listing as well. And of course, we talked about not selling one product, therefore you would just need to repeat that process more and more so that you can build a brand with a multiple product line. So over time, after you have multiple products set up, you can easily manage this in 4 to 6 hours, probably by yourself. But if you leverage a team correctly, and you can do this virtually by hiring cheap talent that probably works harder than you can easily do this for under 5 hours. So when you take all of this into consideration, Amazon is no overnight success. It's definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. And like I mentioned, it's not passive income, and it is considered semi-passive income in my eyes at most. It honestly takes a lot of grit, a lot of persistence, and a lot of hard work. And if I were to define how this process works, is that Amazon FBA is a business that can be built and set up, and when done correctly, can be automated to be something that's 24/7 for you. If you truly want to make Amazon FBA, your brand, your products that you sell on this platform, a full-time income, you need to treat this not as this business model or as this store or as this product, but as a true business. And like I said before, these Amazon gurus are gonna tell you that all you need is one product to change your life, but that is far from the truth. Just look at some of the big successful Amazon brands right now, let alone the big brands that are out there today. What do they have in common? They sell multiple products. So instead of just selling one-offs and getting lucky, work hard, be persistent, and build a long-term scalable asset by selling a product line of multiple products and not just one. Start with one product, reinvest into that product, and grow it until you have enough cash flow to invest into more products. And the key here is make sure that all of those products are targeted towards one customer persona. That's what I call a brand. That first product you launch may be difficult because it's a learning curve. Just think about the first time that you went to the gym. It was hard, and it was hard for you to stay into routine. But as you went more and more, it became a cycle and it became a routine. When launching more products and repeating this cycle, it becomes easier and easier. Plus, if you use our tried and true product cluster strategy, we can multiply our profits by increasing the value to our end customer. And this is how the business grows. And transparently, if you get a great ROI on your initial investment and you build it to a point where you're consistently being profitable on a month-to-month basis, let alone a year, you can actually sell that business as an asset for anywhere between 3 to 5x your annual profit. So for example, if you're making $10,000, or in other words, $120,000 per year in profit with your Amazon brand, you can easily sell that on a marketplace like Empire Flippers for over $500,000. And if you want to get to this quicker, start off with a bigger initial investment. I wish I was told this personally, and I do understand there's some people that really want to get their feet wet and start smaller, and that's okay. But once you figure out that this works and works for you and not against you, invest into this because it's going to be extremely lucrative for you one day. And I want to bring this back to one point. Don't just sell any product. Truly make something that has more value for your customer. Sell something that can't easily be hijacked or copied by your competition. Because if you have competitors, especially ones that are made of Chinese sellers, you're going to get undercut like crazy, and trust me, you are not going to be profitable at all. Like I said, I really don't recommend getting into a pricing competition with your competitors, which leads me to my next point. You can prevent this from happening by building a real brand, a brand that stands out from your competition. And this is something, quite frankly, that the pros will probably never tell you because they're telling you to find those high demand, low competition products. But in my experience, if you build a brand correctly, saturation, competitiveness doesn't really matter. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing 2 different brand case studies where we're actually really peeling back the curtains and showing you exactly what I mean by this. Plus, it's actually what our students, Will and Clara, did in order to get their 7-figure results. Now, despite being a new brand in a very competitive niche, Will and Clara are producing 7 figures every single month with their brand. For them to achieve this, they didn't just find any product to sell on Amazon, and they didn't just slap a logo on any product. They treated their brand like a company that's using Amazon to distribute and sell their product line. Make sense? So in my eyes, you should never cheap out on the things that really make you a brand. And that's your logo, that's your branding, that's your packaging, as well as all of the things that give you more awareness. In other words, your social media content. Because trust me when I say this, advertising on Amazon is getting harder and harder, and therefore it's getting more and more expensive. And you never want to rely on the money that you put into an advertising system in order for you to turn a profit. So if your organic marketing is strong, your reels, the images that you post, post, the influencers that you partner up with, you're no longer relying on the dollars that you spend to get in front of customers. Your brand is going to be seen by customers without even paying a dollar. Now, here's some real sauce for you, and this is something that the gurus do not want you to know. And it's the trick to standing out in a competitive market and being the number one go-to brand in your category. So what's really going to have your product stand out from all of your competition? It's by designing and creating content that deeply resonates with your customer. In other words, you're showcasing that your product provides a unique solution to the problem, to their needs, to their wants, or their desires. Just think about all of the well-known brands out there. We're talking Lululemon, we're talking Red Bull, FUBU, how about Tesla? What do all of these brands have in common? What they have is brand reputation that drives customer loyalty and therefore sales. Their signature packaging, their signature logo, and even their slogan, it's recognizable by probably anyone that walks foot on this earth. And that's exactly why I like to call it blue chip branding. But what if you're not some mega corporation and you truly do want to build a unique brand? It really comes down to asking yourself these two simple questions. If I'm selling this product, how can I be unique and stand out against my competitors? Or what problem am I solving that nobody else is? And if you can't answer these questions, then do not sell that product. Because trust me, not only will you be outsold by your competition, but you'll be eaten alive. And what's also super important is to spend time actually building your brand archetype, let alone the customer personas that you're targeting. I love to use ChatGPT and AI to really accelerate this process because it pulls from tons of data points for us to really understand who we're targeting and to make our lives easier in developing that product, let alone the brand. And if you can understand your customer, then you can understand their needs. And if you understand their needs, then you can solve their problems. And if you do this correctly, you can keep launching more products and selling them to that exact same customer who bought your previous products. And that is because your customers aren't buying products, they're buying brands. So as long as you're providing effort, you're providing passion, and more important, value, you will have a winning product. Now in the Amazon space, a lot of sellers are secretive about what they sell on Amazon. But I'm taking a different approach by case studying not one, but two brands completely public for all of you guys to see. One of the brands is fully documented and backed by sponsors, where we document every single step of the process and really show you exactly how you can utilize the strategies that we're using to build this brand to $1 million. The brand is called Voyage, where we're targeting the on-the-go traveler, people like myself, entrepreneurs that are frequently traveling and want efficiency when they are. And the second is called Modern. This brand has been a passion project of mine, has been an idea for the past 5 years, and we're finally making it come to fruition. In fact, we've been in testing with this product for over a year now, and we finally placed our deposit for production. And this brand is based off my life experience, my story, and more importantly, how I got to where I am as an entrepreneur. Specifically launching a bath bomb relative to men. Counterintuitive, I know. Basically, the concept behind this brand is to use the bath bomb as the vessel to deliver sleep aid supplements so that you can get better sleep as a busy entrepreneur, because we all lack it, transparently. If you go and search a bath bomb on Amazon right now, you're gonna realize that this is probably one of the most competitive markets in the space. In fact, all supplements are competitive in the space. But because we infuse a bath bomb with supplements, it's truly one of its kind. In other words, it's unique. And we're solving a problem for people like myself, men who are busy, who lack sleep, and need sleep in order to perform better. And it's even more unique because it's targeted towards men, where this product is predominantly for feminine-based brands and girls. So if you're interested about these two brand case studies and want more real advice on how to become a successful Amazon seller in 2024, then make sure to give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Zap Twins. And if you want a more in-depth dive on the step-by-step blueprint on how to sell on Amazon, then click the guide on the screen.